let's start then.
Okay, so we're talking now about simulation mode in CPI. It's not something actually I've been using myself. I use Postman. Um, what can you tell me? What are the benefits
Yeah,
and limitations of using
yeah,
simulation?
it's a recent feature in CPI, and uh, yeah, you are right. I also use Postman or other tools and set the standard to HTTP most of the time. But simulation mode is also very useful in some cases. And for example, if you have built a big iFlow and you only want to test some parts of it, uh, there's no easy way to do it without simulation mode. And another thing is you can see the traces at each step, and yeah, it's easy to do with the simulation flow, and it just gives you more options.
So if you were to use Postman on a big flow, then if you get the error, you'd have to kind of trace back and try to find out where that step was.
Maybe you will just cut those pieces and move them to another flow, or maybe you are using SFTP, for example, and you will just like put another file. But if you can't do that, maybe you will again set a HTTP sender to test it. But with the simulation flow, you just enable it and set the starting message headers, exchange properties, and body, and just start the simulation.
Okay, so those are the benefits. What are the limitations?
Yeah, there are also limitations, but one of the limitation is if you are editing an flow, you need to click save, and then cancel. It's a bit confusing. And then you can enable the simulation mode. So you should be viewing mode, not in editing mode. And but yeah, there are also some component specific limitations, like you can't call an HTTP service from a GUI script, and I think you shouldn't do most of the time. You should use the adapters whenever possible, and message routing after splitter components, and variable data store is variable and data store operations are read-only in this mode, but they plan to work on these limitations and enable every component to be testable. And yeah, and one exciting thing is that they are working on adding API endpoints for managing simulation data. And so you clicked, you just created a simulation, and you right now you can set it like okay, this is the true output, store it. But in the future, hopefully, you will get to be able to store the simulation and maybe more simulations, maybe more than one simulation per flow, and then you can just start the test process, test run with API. So it means that you can set a workflow around it. You can test your flows in a systematic way. So you have done your development, and you have like changed many small things, your flows related to each other. As you know, there are some integrations like that, and but you want to test everything in one go. In the future, it will be possible. Like maybe there will be also some user interface But API is always exciting for me because in the PIPO days we always dreamed of having more APIs, like doing something on the UI can be slow. Maybe you want to change a batch in a batch, like you want to change 50 objects in one at one point, and you just dream of having a API.
So your dreams are coming true.
Yeah, with CPI, hopefully SAP is opening up APIs, and that's exciting, and I totally support that.
Okay, well, I think in the next episode we will be talking about choosing the correct middleware, CPI, PI.
Yeah, we can talk about it, I think. PI or CPI, which are the requirements, or in which conditions you should pick one or another. It can be a good video. Thank you, Dan.
Okay,
Thank
thanks
you
for watching. Bye.
Bye.